All right, so are you a travel photographer or a destination photographer? Let me explain, especially for all of the stock photographers out there, because you might be missing out on some highly sellable content. And I'm also gonna share a few tips here as to how to maximize and reach your potential. We've all been trained the same way. As a travel photographers, we do research. We look up what's in that traditional foods, the culture, the landmarks, tourist traps, architecture, all the things that make that place, you know? That's what travel photographer is. That's what we should do. Here's the problem. We completely forget about the travel part and we're only focusing on the destination. And that means that we're ignoring our biggest unfair advantage. If you're flying, you have the airport, you have the waiting areas, the tarmac, people boarding, like early morning light through the windows, like all of these things, all of this is highly sellable content. If you're driving, well, maybe if you're a passenger, not behind the wheel, but if you're a passenger, traffic, construction, snow removal, all of this transportation, roadside scenes, those are highly sellable. Accidents, whatever's on the road. Highly sellable editorial content. I've actually made over 500 bucks from these driving photos. If you're in a bus, that's sellable. Boats or cruises, sellable. Bicycles, sellable. Every mode of transportation gives you a unique angle that nobody else has. Capitalize on it. That's your unfair advantage. On my trip to South Carolina, if you follow my newsletter, I just got back from a work trip. And I flew from the West Coast to the East Coast and then back. Each trip was 12 hours, so there and back was 24 hours. And I thought, I wonder how many photos, sellable photos, I can get in this trip. 24 hours, how many photos can I get? Plus remember, the government was shut down. Air traffic was supposed to be horrible. Delays everywhere. And I thought, wow, this is gonna be a gold mine. I think I was the only one looking forward to all the shutdowns. But no, everything was super smooth. One flight was delayed maybe 20-25 minutes, but I swear that pilot took a shortcut because we got there early. I don't know how he did it. Even without the chaos, there was tons of opportunity. Airport shots. I made photos inside of the airport looking out towards the tarmac. Early morning shots before the sun came out. Reflections inside the gate windows and looking out of the planes. Like, awesome. Now, here's the thing. If you're walking around the airport with the camera taking pictures, it feels weird. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. Maybe nobody noticed, but it did seem kind of strange. So I was kind of trying to hide the camera in the backpack, kind of pretend I was looking at pictures that are taking pictures. You know, I don't know. I feel weird taking pictures by myself. If you're going with somebody else, you can pretend you're showing them pictures and then you take photos. Nobody's questioning. When in the waiting room, you just show them your camera and take pictures, so nobody's gonna question this stuff. Nobody likes to be photographed when you're out and about. Like I don't anyway. It just feels weird. But editorial content sells, so take advantage of it. Most people are so used to being on camera that they might not question it, but I don't know, I just feel kind of weird over it. On the plane, there's more opportunity. The food, the view, the wings, you know, the sunrise coming through the window of the airplane. Even electrical storms in the distance. Those were awesome opportunity and they all tell a story. Story that sells, photos that sells. Now, in the hotel room, more opportunity. And one morning, I had beautiful light coming through the window on the coffee table and I had my passport there, so like, poof, top down shots. Sunglasses, some money. Perfect, simple travel photos. They sell. I've sold a lot of photos of my passport like that. There's always opportunities for stock photography. Wherever you go, anywhere you are, look for these opportunities. Now, travel has limitations, right? Low light, moving subjects, vibrations from vehicles or planes, slow shutter speeds with lights. But sometimes they're not. Look at some of these examples, some of my settings. This sunrise from the plane, 1/60th of a second at f2.8, ISO 5000. It worked. The wing over the clouds, 1/80th of a second at 4.5, ISO 1000. Or breakfast on the plane, 1/40th of a second, f2.8 at ISO 250. yes, the plane vibrates, so you can't really hold there for more than, I got lucky at a 40th of a second. But the reason it worked is because I did burst shots. So I took like 4 or 5 photos. One of those is sharp, the other ones have vibration movement. So that's the best thing about digital is that we could take a lot of photos and then pick the one that's sharp. And yes, the ISO was way over the limit for some of these photos, but that's fine because that's the only way you're gonna capture these photos. Nobody else is gonna be able to get them cleaner. So why not do your best and not worry about the technical aspects? Just do your best and you should be fine. One of my photos, a photo of me, it's a reflection of me waiting at the gate. It was a 15-second exposure. I set the camera on the windowsill because I obviously didn't have a tripod. It would be really weird to start doing a photo shoot at the airport, but whatever. I worked with what I had and it turned out fine. It already got accepted and sold. On the way home, I got to the airport super early, expecting delays. Airport wasn't even open yet. But that was more opportunities to take photos. The security checkpoints, no camera zones, right? But the line came this way and then it turned over, so I was able to get a few photos. Fair game. And that photo has also sold a couple of times already. Again, I opened the backpack, I pretended I was looking for documents, and that's how I got the photo. Yeah, again, I'm not gonna take it out and there's security cam. I don't know, whatever, it felt weird. Now on the plane, looking out, look at some of these photos. There are planes on the tarmac. Bright sunny day, shutter speeds were faster, 12/50th of a second, f10, so you get good depth of field. Pull back and show the window, so now you tell the whole story. Now you're looking from within inside of a plane. Even the conveyor belt at the airport. I put my bags on the thing and I just snapped. Got really good compositions. Look at this one right here. I love that photo. The composition's on point because I was on a conveyor belt and I was able to compose and wait for the right moment to take the photo. Now that electrical storm at night, that was rough. That was 1/10 of a second at f1.8 at 12,800 of ISO. That probably will not get accepted for stock. I don't care how much noise reduction I use, but the memory, that was really cool to see that lightning everywhere. I also captured some phone footage and time lapses, planes landing, taking off with your phone. The phone has 4K, that's perfectly acceptable for stock. And that's a unique runway perspective. Yes, sometimes you're shaking, you go, whatever, you lost that shot, but try to hold steady, and they're super sellable because again, it's a unique perspective, your unfair advantage, a unique point of view. Clouds from above, mountains through the window. Look at this one on Mount Shasta, it's awesome. These are unique and they're highly sellable. These are travel photos and not destination photos. Now, the funny thing is I barely took any photos in South Carolina. I did the wedding and did a couple of snaps here and there. The thing is I didn't have time and I didn't really know what was where or where to go or anything. I didn't have time to do research, but I did rent a bike and explore the whole Hilton Head Island on bicycle. So next time I go, I'm gonna have more photo opportunities. And yes, for everybody that was asking on my last week's video, the weird blue thing that was in the bed, it was a prop. I made a makeshift light painting tube because I wanted to do a photo of the couple backlit with the tube, and I was prepared, but we didn't have time. We kind of ran out. Anyway, it didn't work out. Maybe next time. Let me know what you think about travel versus destination photography. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.